Hey, so guys, what would you think of my efforts this year? Oh, gee, you did a pretty good job. I mean, yeah, you really did a number on pretty much everybody this year, mate. Oh, top stuff, 2020. The 2020, yeah, 2021. Hey, you reckon you could hold my beer, 2020? Uh, yeah, okay, I guess. Why? Well, you thought you did a good job. Um, well, I reckon you haven't seen anything yet. Let me have a shot. Hi, guys. Welcome once again to the breakdown. I'm Tone, and it's really great to be with you once again. Thank you for being here to watch the final video for 2020. Now, it was the beginning of this year, or near the beginning of this year, when I began this journey of YouTubing. And I can't say that I foresaw all of what has come to pass this year. But there were certainly some common things that if we were open to watching what was going on, we could pretty well read where it was heading. And as much as I don't want it to be the case, I do think 2021 has just handed its beer to 2020. We're just about, just about to. Maybe I preempted it by about 35 minutes. But by the time I finish this video, it'll be pretty well, the end of the year and start of a new one. But I reckon 2020 is going to be holding 2021's beer, because 2021 is going to show us something we haven't seen before. And we thought we saw it all in 2020. But I think there's plenty more to come. Why do I say that? Because all through Christmas, we kept hearing about a cluster this and a cluster that. Now what's going on? Well, as soon as Christmas is out of the way, we haven't even got to New Year's Day, and borders are being closed again. We know where that leads. I mean, it doesn't take an absolute genius to figure out that we're in for some interesting times ahead. Which leads me to the fact that we're heading towards the vaccine. And they're going to push that on us next year, still next year. They're going to push it on us. And they've been talking about it being more than just one dose. I mean, look, we've got, 25, 26, maybe even 27, I'm not sure, million people in Australia. And they've said basically double that, 54, I think that's right, 54,000, 54 million doses. And on the news tonight, what did I hear? I heard a medical expert saying, look, even with this vaccine, we've got to expect that this is the new normal. Wearing masks, social distancing is the new normal. Vaccine or no vaccine. They're saying they're going to bring a vaccine. We're still looking like it's not going to change anything, in fact. Now, 2021 has just got a feeling about it, and we haven't even started it. And we've been told hopefully we'd be able to throw away this whole idea. Hopefully 2020 is done with, 2021 will be a whole clean slate and we move away from what has been this year, a crazy year. And that's a narrative they've been pushing, but it ain't going to happen. Now, I don't want to be a wet blanket, but that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. But as I stated in my early videos, we are capable, all of us, we are all capable of regulating what actually gets to us. Our environment is going to affect us. But it's not the be-all and end-all. It won't beat you if you're fighting back. And when I say fighting back, I don't mean, what they were doing with the protesting about wearing a mask thing in the middle. That's not fighting back. Fighting back is just simply not succumbing to fear in terms of all of what's going on. Not allowing your environment to dictate your actions too much. Now, it's always going to have an effect on you, and that can't be helped. But you can most certainly stop making excuses and be doing the best job you can at what you're doing, especially protecting your family, protecting your friends, even from your own bad behaviour, but protecting them from the anxiety that even you feel, because you can bring anxiety to them. It starts with you. And that's what I've been all about this year. Been trying to encourage, but I've certainly not shied away from telling the truth, speaking the truth where it's necessary, right? Well, it's always necessary, but where it's specifically needed to be shared. That's been my plan. That's been my aim. Because I want people free from anxiety, right? Been there, I think we've all been there to varying degrees. But it's a work in progress. I've had my moments this year, and I'm sure you have too. And we're always on the learning curve. We'll have so many things in our lives that we've gone, gee, I wish I didn't do that. Gee, it's led to where you are now. And then all the stuff outside of your home, in the wider world, this COVID thing. Look, you're unbeatable, okay? As long as you are focusing yourself on being unbeatable and you're surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you. And when I say best for you, I don't mean they just pander to what you want and just go, yeah, no worries, you're right and correct. No, I'm talking about people that push you, that actually break the delusion that might be around you sometimes when you get a bit stuck in your ways, or you got this harebrained idea that just really isn't logical, and they break that spell that it's got over you. They're the people that really, truly care about you. And it might make you uncomfortable for a little while, but they're the ones you don't want to be pushing away. Excuse me. You want to be connecting with them as much as possible. And you also want to be that type of person for other people too. That's important. This year has tested a lot of people's limits. And as I've said, during this year, looking towards next year, and now it's fitting because we're at the end of this one, I don't believe we've seen anything yet. I believe there is a lot left to come. And I'm not talking about it in such a way as to say, well, okay, there's nothing you can do about it, so we're screwed. I'm talking about realizing, not just going happy-go-lucky and, oh, gee, it should all be fine. No, it'd be disrespectful to be, that naive and try to share that kind of a platitude with anybody, especially if, I know that that's not the case. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that this year and all of what it's shown us doesn't allow for it to just disappear tonight and then come back 1st of January and all hunky-dory. That's not how it works. So, what do I suggest for you? Well, if you're watching this video and you're watching this channel, you obviously want to know things about breaking stuff down. You want to know what's really going on, and you want to have an honest, discussion about these things. You don't want people just going, "Oh, everything's fine," or "Gee," or the opposite to that, of course, which is, "Oh no, the whole place is going to heck, and we're done for." Right? You want a stable conversation where things are broken down into manageable parts, as I said in my first video. Manageable parts, manageable pieces, so that you can deal with each one at a time and not allow it to completely consume you, because that's when anxiety takes over. So that's what you're here for. And I hope that I've been able to be encouraging. I hope that I can continue to be encouraging to you, because that's the whole point to this. This YouTube channel is never designed to run a great big profit and all that sort of thing. I don't even know how that stuff works, but that's not the point. You can't sell truth, or I suppose you can, but the main reason why you can't in most cases sell truth is because most times truth cuts like a knife, right? Truth is not what we want to hear at pretty much any time, because it mostly cuts against the grain. It doesn't run with the things that we like doing, because we like doing things that are wrong. A lot of the time, that's the truth, right? So again, there's the truth. But truth cuts through that stuff and makes us uncomfortable. And people who speak truth to us, while they're the ones we really should be keeping around us, often they're the ones we push away because, gee, I don't want to hear about that. But deep down we know that they're right, but we just push it away because, no, that doesn't fit with what I want to do right now. Okay? Now, I haven't got to the video yet, or got to the point of putting it in a video yet. I promised a couple of months ago. I've been away for work, as I usually do around this time of year, cutting and raking and baling hay for my cousin. But a couple of months ago, I did speak about a project that I would like to see get up and running. This year has been very interesting, and while there were probably instances where I had time to sort it out, financially, that was a different story. And isn't that just the way? When you've got time, you probably don't have the money, and when you've got the money, well, for some reason, there just doesn't seem to be the time. Well, this year has to stop at that. That's no longer a good enough excuse, because this project, I think, is a necessary thing that's going to help a lot of people. And look, inherently, it's so simple. And yet, often the simplest things, like I just said before, when truth is spoken to us, we usually push it away from us because it goes against what we're liking to do at the time. Which means, obviously, that what we like to do at the time is wrong. But it's so incredibly simple. But hopefully it's a good example. And I am aware that this project is maybe going to bring some heat on me. As if 2021 didn't already have the potential to be a bit ordinary and a bit difficult for me and anyone else, just to add to what we've had this year. But I dare say there's a good chance I'm going to get a bit of heat for this project. But I fully believe in it. and it's been something that's been in the making for, a fair time. I couldn't really put a date to it. But let's just say the idea and the concept and everything doesn't leave me alone. it's always in the mind. This has got to be done. This has got to get done. It's got to be finished. It's got to be completed. It's been given to you to do. I firmly believe I've been given this job to do. So it kind of flows on and links in with this whole channel, this whole this whole just this whole concept of breaking things down and simplifying things and just getting them to be turned up the right way so that they look right, so that we can really focus on what we've got to change about ourselves or about what we're doing, or indeed what parts we might be able to play in helping other people change for the better. And that's going to be a difficult thing to do at the best of times. But look, I've really appreciated the comments and the few of you that have viewed my videos over the year. I do appreciate that, but more so I just hope they've been a blessing and some form of assistance to you. In 2021, I endeavour to continue this, in fact, give it more attention, hopefully, because this is just the start of the journey, start of the battle as well, because as I say, I do believe things are going to continue to be rather interesting, to say the least. What was I going to say? I haven't done much with it yet, but you should be able to find it. I do have a Facebook page, just Tones the Breakdown. Just search that up, and you'll find that there. Hopefully I'll be loading up the links to this video in there, so if you like the page and add yourself to the page there when I upload these videos to YouTube, then I will put a link in my Facebook page to this video. But of course you can subscribe, and that would then you get a notification when a video comes up. And again, I will apologise for having not put up a video for a while. We get busy sometimes, but that's no excuse. I thought that it would be fitting to at least do this one. One, because it's already been long enough, and two, because we're closing out a fantastically, amazingly annoying year. Look, I just thought that would be the right way to finish off. So, started the video a little bit of a downer, and we've talked about, what we've talked about. But probably about, we've been going long enough. It's probably about time that I tie this video off and we tie up the finish of this year as well. So I guess all that's really left to say is, one, I really appreciate your time when you watch my videos. Please share them. If you find it's been a benefit to you or it's interesting what I've been sharing, then please share it with other people. That helps me a lot, and it also helps what I'm sharing to get out there to those that might benefit from it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, I want to leave you on a happy note, on a feel-good note, on just a good finish for the year. Now, I know I've been talking about the fact that I think that this coming year is going to be interesting. It's going to have its challenges, and the stuff of this year isn't. It's not just going to disappear. It's not going away, and in some respects, some of it's going to get worse. The stuff underneath, maybe not the stuff on the surface, but the stuff underneath and the things that the powers that be that are getting away with stuff. Look, that's another story. We'll look at that in the coming year. But what I wanted to say is, regardless of that, regardless of what has been occurring this year and what is going to occur next year, we're going to get through this together. And not like they crap on about on the television, we're all in this together. That's a patronizing thing. Like, as much as many might take comfort from that, I find it incredibly patronizing, to be honest. But we're in this together, and we're going to continue to break things down before they break us down. We're going to continue to look at things as they actually are. We're going to have conversations. We're going to tip our perspectives to align with what is true. We're not going to try and twist truth to bend to what we think our perception of things should be. That's not what we're going to do. That leads into what I'm going to do for this project that's coming up. I'll keep alluding to it, but look, we'll get there. It'll all make sense. But you can't twist your perspective. Sorry, you can twist your perspective to match what is true. Once you find what is true, what is real, what is, but you can't twist the truth to fit your objective view. You can't. It's immovable. We're moldable, and we're in flux to some degree, but truth is not. So that's what we're going to do. But we're all in that together. We're all going to have those conversations. Some of them are going to be difficult conversations. Some of them this year certainly have been. The it's a little bit sharp, or it's a little sharp videos that I've done, which you can find here on my channel. Those ones, for example, rather contentious, but they're true, and they assist people who are allowing themselves to be assisted by them. That's the point to them. But they're sharp because they cut like a knife. Okay, and I mean, they're sharp because of this. We all know what that is, and it's not what everyone calls it. It's not what, it's just been dubbed by everybody. That is a sharp sign. So it's a little sharp. Well, it is. It's a little sharp on my hat. But truth cuts like a knife because it's sharp. But we want to be sharing the truth as much as we can, and we want to be seeking what is the truth. What is real? What is tangible? What is something that we can get our hands on and hold tight to? What is a firm foundation to stand on so that, don't get the rug pulled out from underneath us because we've just been on the wrong path or something. All right? It's super important to really get it right. So we're in that together, and that's what I want to leave you with. Because while the year is ending, and next year I'm going to still be here. God willing, I'm going to still be here. And I'm going to continue to do these videos. I'm going to continue to talk about the stuff that has been going on. I mean, go back through my channel also in the video list and look at my Mask Mandate Nope videos, where I picked apart what was going on here. But I spoke the truth about what was going on. Not only that, I predicted the actions that they were going to take periodically before they occurred. Scarily, I was correct on all of it, including the border closure, the hard border closure for the border communities over there between Victoria and South Australia. Go back, watch my videos there if you've got the time, and you'll see. Now, that's not fluke, right? I mean, I was a little surprised by that last one going quite as far as it did, but that's just the trajectory we're on. And when we can plot a path, the way we think things are going, based on what people are saying, not what they're necessarily telling us on the news, but how they're telling it to us, right? What they say and how they say it, two different things. And I'm sure we will, or the number of times they say something. So, yeah, that stuff really helps me keep a level head through all this stuff and to figure it all out and not get fooled by it, because I go, well, hang on a minute, that sounds like absolute bullcrap. And it must be, because you've told me 20 times in the last half an hour. You think I'm not going to get it by now? If it was true, it would just stand out to be true, but it's clearly not, and you want me to believe it. When you listen to the media, and you'll be right on the money. You'll know what's going on. Anyway, I think this video has got to about 25 minutes by my reckoning. Maybe a little longer than that. But that's okay. We're having a end of year chat. Anyway, I think we'll leave it at that. Rest assured, I'm not going anywhere. Rest assured, I have your best interests at heart. Rest assured that even if it does go against your sensibilities, I insist on telling you what the truth is, and to try to help push you beyond some of the delusions that some people hold. Just simple things that they just think are the real deal, and clearly they're not, but they've been taught it, or they've just been stuck in it for a long time. We're going to continue to break those down. We're going to continue to free people from that stuff. We're going to have a blessed 2021, no matter what anybody wants to throw at us. We're not going to be beaten by it. We're not going to be broken down by it. We're going to dissect it. We're going to discuss it. And we're going to beat it, whatever it is, when it comes along. We're going to seek the truth, share the truth, live by the truth, and not allow lies and bullcrap cloud our judgments. That's what we're going to do. And that's the high note that I want to leave with you this year. As we leave 2020, what a crazy year it's been, but I really appreciate your time and your support. And I want to wish you all the very best for this new year, whatever it does bring. Rest assured, we are in it together. We are going to win. As always, be kind to each other. Have the time and take the time to catch up with people you haven't spoken with in a long time, and it doesn't matter if it's years. If you've got the feeling you need to talk to them, do so. I've had the fortunate occurrence this last week of having exactly that, and it's been awesome. So seek people out who you think might benefit from hearing from you as well. And until next time, God bless and Happy New Year. Let's see if we can beat 2021.